It is May 18th. Beautiful morning in the Ozarks. It's going to be a high of 83 today, I believe. We are out in Area 1, the original area that I started in 2013, and we have decided to come out here for the day. We're going to go into an area that had a lot of activity at one point. I brought a church group out here and we camped near this area. We were actually camped back up that way, and that night we had knocks and clacks and whoops coming from this area back in here. It's a long story. I'll get into that another time and do a little video on it, but needless to say, a lot of fun, kind of crazy stuff happened that night. So we are out here. There's a particular hill that I'm interested in that I've looked at on Google Earth, and I'm gonna go check this hill out and see what there is to see. And I just went in the water. Woo! Well, I've got my first accident out of the way for the day, so I am good for a while. So we made our way up to this ridge that you see up here, and if you come down the ridge line just a bit, and Mark is down below me. This thing kind of steps down as you go, so I'm walking one ledge, he's walking another. Mark found a chicken of the woods. So you can fry those up like fried chicken.
Hey, there's more down here.
And those are really, really good.
There's more.
Supposedly. I haven't ate them. Mark loves mushrooms, so. I'm assuming these are getting ready to disappear. Boom. Whew. There she is. There is the mountainside that I'm going to. Up on top of this, a lot of strange things. The first foot casting that I got was actually on that hill. So I haven't been back over there in a while, so I'm excited to get there. Here we go. This is unreal down in here. It is 10 degrees cooler down in here where we are at. There was something laying here at one point. Same thing right here. There was something laying here recently. So naturally, I would look downhill to try to figure out what was laying in those spots, but that's been there for a while. I'm not seeing anything else that should be in those places, but it would have been in those places. So we got one here, one there. I pointed this out in the last video. So we have came across this. Haven't really walked around it too much. I don't want to disturb everything around it. So far, it does not look like these limbs have been cut. I'll know shortly. I'm going to go down and around. Interesting. None of this has been actually cut, which is interesting. And it seems like some of this stuff is strategically placed. It just doesn't seem really random. This this. Is this a hunter's blind? Possibly. This is kind of interesting too. We have this arch right here, and it's underneath this log, which is very old and obviously been here for a while. Has it been there so long that it couldn't have been the one that pulled this down? Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say, but this is pretty interesting. So none of that stuff has been cut. And this is down in a valley. You can see there's water right down there. Right down through there, there's a huge, huge log that's being dug out. I have to go down and check that out too. What the hell was that? So earlier, I was doing a little Facebook Live thing, and I was showing this. And from right up here, I started getting some knocks or clacks. I didn't have this camera on. And the people that were watching on my Facebook Live did say they could hear them. So we'll see if I can maybe pull that off of Facebook somehow. Yeah, so I'm going to move on. Interesting thing. Definitely doesn't look like it's happened on its own. There's definitely some of the things have been put where they are at purposely. No doubt about it. In my mind, anyway. Alright, so I just left the structure area. Mark is about 30 minutes ahead of me at this point. I was getting knocks from back up here earlier, and I just had some movement, so I'm going to keep the camera rolling. Ooh, the vibe is strong here. I don't know if the camera picked that up. We got movement back up and to my left again. Mark is ahead of me by at least 20 or 30 minutes. Movement. Whatever it is coming this way. stopped. Oh. Alright, so I'm back on a trail at this point that I'm kind of following to find my way back to where I know I am. Got a feather. There's where the feather's going. So anyway, I am out deeper than I've ever been out here. Mark had went ahead of me, and we have actually, I've yelled at him a few times. And haven't heard back from him, so I'm just going to keep on keeping on. This is what I love about the Ozarks. Completely covered with canopy. It's 80 some degrees out, feels like it's 76, 78 under the canopy. It's just awesome. Just had a knock. So I had a knock up and to my right, and then something took off to my left. It's like, knock right, hey, look over here. And while we're looking over here, something over here is running off. I haven't had this kind of stuff going on for a long time. For those of you that know my story, the interaction that I was getting in 2013 kind of came to a halt in 2015. It never picked back up where it was. So anyway, hoping to reestablish myself out here and see what happens. I know Mark hasn't been through here because he would have spotted that. Another chicken of the woods. Almost missed him. There, buddy. It is thick out here. So I'm working my way kind of back out and into another area. Still haven't heard anything from Mark. He's MIA, which is okay. He most likely got onto something and is doing his thing, so it's kind of what we do when we're out here together. But there for a bit after that structure, I was doing a Facebook live stream and chatting with Chris Reinhardt, and as I was doing that and showing the structure, I was getting knocks behind me. And at this point, Mark was already, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes gone from me. And I keep my eyes open. Anyway, I was getting those knocks, and as I moved on out of that spot, I had something flanking me and trailing me. Hopefully it was caught on camera, the sound. But it got kind of tense there for a few moments. So something was moving back behind me. I would move forward a little, I'd go a little ways, then I would stop, and then it would keep moving forward for a little bit. So I believe I got that on camera 3 times. At a certain point it stopped, and all those weird feelings and vibes that I get, they're all gone.